Thanks for staying with us. So we would like to ask this question. Moving on to another topic. Do you think it's a good idea to distribute free condoms to secondary school children, pupils actually? What are your thoughts on this? This debate is ongoing on social media, and we thought we should add our 2 cents to the conversation. You can call us on 090-241-63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourVTVC so we can read your tweets. Okay, so condom. Children. Those are 2 things that don't go together. Condom and children, they're from 2 different worlds. But yeah, I mean, the thought of the fact that young people are engaging in all sorts of sexual activities is something worth talking about, because because of all the regulations, we try to sweep these things under the carpet. Let's not talk about it. Hush, hush, And the more we hush, the worse things get. People don't talk about it, and these people, we are seeing them there blatantly engaging each other in these activities. And you see pictures on social media. You see, people. I mean, I saw one that was so appalling. Jeez. A young child. The teacher was doing her rounds. The boy and girl were together, in a corner. And she was. They were right there. I think they had. Was it a laptop or a book? Something was in front of them. So the teacher couldn't see. The teacher, we saw the teacher passing, but the girl was there giving the guy and the guy was next door, right there, and he was there looking up. And she's there. No, she was. No, I think somebody behind her. So she was there doing this and in secondary school. Listen, this is a needle dropping conversation that you can go silent. But the truth is that we need to really think deep about this. Should we begin to distribute these things for free? Should we let these people do this thing and let us know, say at least that it is safe? Or do we continue to preach abstinence
and pretend like it's not happening?
Pretend it's like it's not happening.
When I saw the topic, I was like, hey, what? Hey, if you distribute, I'm not just telling you how I would. I have kids.
Exactly.
Now.
How old are they?
They're growing. They're secondary school already. So I was like, hey, I held my heart and I told myself, I said, okay, I wouldn't want to be my kind of parents who pretended like it wasn't happening. Our parents had a way of, no, don't. Their only advice is, do not. If they touch, you will get pregnant, and that is it. So they just put that fear and they feel they have done their job. I don't want to be that kind of parent, because I passed through secondary school and I know what happened. And it was just a few of us that survived as virgins. that graduated as virgins, just a few. Me, I didn't have opportunity, maybe I wouldn't have. But just a few, we saw it happening. And I know that if you want to say, okay, come out straight and distribute condoms, it may seem like you are validating sex. But the truth is, these kids are doing it. Whether you give them condoms or not, they are working it. And I would prefer an approach of having a proper conversation with them, telling them the pros and cons, and then if peradventure you cannot hold yourself, please protect yourself. Now, when you do that, a reasonable child understands that I'm not supposed to do this, But if they now decide to do it, would it not be safer for us if they protect themselves than to come with STDs and pregnancies that we're not even ready to have that? That's another conversation altogether.
Okay, Mariam, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think...
Very deep, because I look at the age of the child. I mean, when you say secondary school, sometimes you forget that we're talking of 10-year-olds. 11-year-olds. So we're talking of preteens and teenagers. By the time they leave, they are 16. What do they know? Children should not be having sex at all. But yes, it's a reality that some do. But I do not think, at least when I was growing up, I don't know what the world has become now. When I was growing up, there were a few that did. I went to an all-girls school, and I would never forget when we were in our final year, we used to gist of when that time comes. So it was something we saw in our future, to do. Was not something we were planning to do then. Yes, you get all the temptations. Your body is changing. You see, you know those changes. But I don't know, we sort of kept each other accountable. At least the group that I was in, I don't know if the other groups what they did, but the group of girls that was I was part of, it was not something you wanted to do right away. And then if you have a mother like mine, where you know that any battle you do, you are dead. So that kept me the straight and narrow. And also, as you said, the opportunity. I was so tall, skinny, and
we were not fine.
No boy looked at me anyways. So maybe the ugliness of that was our case. And helped me. So I do not think that condoms should be given out to children. But I think that because when we do that, I feel that we have given up on talking to children. Okay, we need to just let them know that.
I like that angle. Let me take this call. Ijoma, are you there? IJ, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, you're live.
Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm there. How are you?
Very well.
Fine.
Okay, I'm happy to have, gotten you people today. Yeah, I've been trying all year.
Hey,
good to
how
have
are you?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This morning. Then I don't have anything to contribute. I just want to say that I love you all and love what you're doing.
Thank
May
you.
good luck continue to help you.
Thank you
bless
very
you
much.
all in Jesus' name.
Amen. Okay, I was going to, because I had a very good friend back in the US then, and I remember she was trying to, when she found that I was a virgin, she was trying really hard to get me to do the do. She's like, what nonsense at this age, what rubbish is that? No, we have to get this thing sorted, and she used to try to, we have to find someone. So the guy was trying to hook me up with then. And when I got into a conversation with her at some point, like, okay, how did you get to this point where you've been doing this thing for a while? I said, listen, that when she was younger, she and her cousin used to come over all the time. And they'll be under the sheets together, and her mother would walk in, think they're playing, and she would just walk out. Her mother was there, saw them, but her mother never asked, what are you two doing under the sheets? They'll be playing together on their mother's bed, on her mother's bed. And he was a boy, and they were doing all sorts of things, and the mother never got involved. She just felt that they're children, they're playing. Yeah. So the question, therefore, is, at what point should a parent begin to pay attention and suspect? Because you don't want to draw your child's attention to these kinds of things until you're sure she's actually already in that box. So at what point does the parent begin to observe and know that, maybe I shouldn't allow this relationship, because you don't want your children to feel as if you don't trust them either.
Yeah, so for me, I know that every parent will try as much as possible to protect the innocence of their children for as long as they can. Unfortunately, not every parent is equipped to parent. They do not understand what it is to parent. It's not about get belle, born the pikin, give her food, give her milk, give her this one, leave her. As immediately you give birth to your child, your observation starts from the hospital bed on how the nurses look at the baby, the people who carry the baby. I don't know if I've shared it on this table. There was a time a worker came into the house and was doing some, I think was it chairs or something, and then told my little baby, Kosiso was about 3 years then. I said, come and kiss me here in the cheek. When I pounced, that was the last time he worked for me. When I pounced on him, I'm like film. I said, what? He said, no, I dey play. I said, what? Kiss who? On the cheek. He said, na cheek. I said, what? As what now? I said, yeah. Before I open my eye, So I am so suspicious that even the way the brother looks at the sister, I am a very suspicious person. I'm observing. So that if that look passes the normal look that I know, you will explain what has happened. So it's not for us to wait till a certain age when they're already ripening and blooming for us to now start having. From the time you give birth to your child, pay attention to all the kind of play. In fact, there was a day I heard, let's play, they role play kids growing up. Let's play mommy and daddy. The way I jumped up.
That mommy and daddy.
Never.
Don't allow it. Oh.
You see this play? Mommy and daddy never.
I played it as a child.
I played too. Are you telling me? I know mommy and daddy.
I know what mommy and daddy happened.
I was like, never. Play teacher. You hear me? Play teacher. Carry cane, carry book.
Did you play mommy and daddy?
Doctor and nurse?
Did you play?
Better.
Oh, you did doctor and nurse?
Hey,
Wait till we check your nipples for you.
I didn't play doctor and
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Mommy and daddy were just like that, so I don't know what kind of mommy and daddy is. But doctor and nurse, they'll use stethoscope to check if it's.
Are you serious?
So it's not about the name of it's what they end up doing.
Oh wow! Imagine that.
But I think that we should be observant, as soon as possible. My daughter is 6, and we have conversations, age-appropriate conversations. So she's aware. Nobody calls you wife. Nobody calls you baby, because there's one of my staff that calls her, oh, baby. I said, no, that's not her name. Her name is Emma, and that's what I expect you to call her. And I've said to her. So we now have a situation where everybody that looks at her is sexually. He just looked at me. Oh, you can't say. She tapped my bum. I'm like, okay. You know, but what I do is I don't calm her down. I take that. I make it a conversation. I'm like, thank you for telling me. I will handle it because I want us to err on the part of over information than the part of maybe it's not so important.
Exactly, it happened before. Let me go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. So I'd like to take this to another angle because youngsters always find a way to go around when they want to do something. And we're still talking about distributing condoms because youngsters are having sex. Now, in a situation whereby children are window shopping, but they don't shop, where they play around all the, but they don't go to the target. Because and they feel like that is safe because hey, I'm still a virgin, but I do the other window shopping. I've not bought the market. I mean, do you think? I don't even know how to ask the question.
Myself, I don't know how to ask for you.
If they should now have the conversation, I think they should. By that time, you are already having conversation with them. I just hope, with our children is that we have the sort of relationship that they are so comfortable with us that they can talk to us. I know that at a certain age they will not open up completely with you, but there are things that would sort of, let you know that this person may be trying a few things and trying to make up her mind or his mind on how far they should go. And it is just conversation. I've been in a situation where a niece opened up to me about how far she had gone. She had not gone. She was window shopping. And I could not tell her mom because I know her mom's a typical Nigerian mom. She would don't catch her and beat her, and then of course she would never open up or trust me with anything. Of course, we talked about STDs, we talked about that, and sometimes because they are very informed and vocal about many things, you will be surprised that there are some things they don't know. When you now talk to them about some STDs, they're like, "Oh, really?" They're like, "With all this, your brains." And everything you seem to know, you know all the words to the song. You mean you don't know how bad this can get. So some of them just need a relationship with someone that they can trust and open up with, and then that is when you use the opportunity to constantly remind them.
You can still catch STDs by window shopping.
Yes, by window shopping.
Let me take this call from
Mercy. You guys are horrible.
You can.
Hi, Mercy, are you there? Hello, Mercy.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, you're live. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I've been trying this a very long time, and I'm glad I've been able to reach you today.
Good to have you, Mercy.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Okay, my idea or my view about distributing condoms in secondary school, I actually do not think it's a bad thing.
Okay.
Because we are in a generation or an age whereby children learn faster than you think. They learn from their classmates, from their neighbors, from people around. So it's not just what you as a parent is teaching them. They learn from everybody around. So I think sex education should be at a very early stage. Maybe once your child can talk very well and communicate. I have 2 girls. I relate with them. My second girl is just 2 years, and I let her know nobody should touch you. In fact, when I come back from work at times, she tell me, "Mommy, Ruby touched my bum bum." That's her elder sister. Now I let her know that I'm your best friend, and you can tell me anything. Now, when they go outside and they see stuff like this, they come back to tell you that is if you're already teaching them. But when you're not teaching them stuff like that at home, they'll be scared to relate it to you. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. So I think distributing condoms is not a bad idea at all. There are people who already know what it is. There are people who do not know and need to go back home to either their parents or their guardians to tell them, this is what I saw in school today, or this is what was given to me in school today. What is it about? Like when I was in secondary school, I had Procter & Gamble shared card. And so when I said, I was like, what is this? I was just in Jet 2. And then when I went home, I gave it to my mom, and she was laughing. The very first time I saw my message, I was crying. I wounded myself, we come. But my mom told me, you're becoming a woman. Now, that thing they gave you then, go and bring it. That is what you'll be using.
Thank you.
I think it's a very good thing when you start teaching your children.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mercy.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I had a friend recently who was gisting me what she found in her daughter's phone. Her daughter was 16. And then she just stumbled and started searching, and then she saw conversations. This is someone who believes that I've given her the word of the Lord. I'm this, I'm that, nothing. My kids cannot do this kind of thing. They have gone far, window shop, everything window shoppable. But they've not done the main one.
They've not bought the package.
And then the girl keeps telling the guy, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. So she was asking me, what do I do? The first thing that came to my mind is, if I have to start giving my children, advice on how to go, I would advise them that no carry food where you no want chop, smell them. Because I know that growing up, a lot of people lost their virginity when they were not ready to, They prep, they prep you into, okay, don't worry, we can date without going there. Let's just do this and do that. And from do this and do that one day, they keep pressuring you. One day, you will not know when you will say, okay, go ahead. So if you know you are not ready to go the long haul, don't do window shopping. Stay away. You can date without kissing anybody.
But BC, you know that when you're young, you will try some things. You may not go as fast as some others, but you will try, because it's just our bodies. We are curious. You're developing things.
And you're feeling a certain type of way.
You're feeling a certain type of way. Or you're in school.
So should we condemn a young person who's going through that and wants to explore? Because
we just need to have that conversation. Where I'm going is that some parents have had this conversation. They have told the child everything. And I remember now, when you're sitting with your friends, they'll say, oh, my mom said this, but because at that age, your mom is old school. What does she know? She's so local. Yeah. So the thing is, if the school, just going back to if the school gives out the condom, if the school gives out those material, apart from condoms, should they now also give contraceptives? If they do that, it's like a...
So so
it's like you're opening a particular door. But for us, for those of us who saw teenagers at that time getting pregnant, it shocked us into, wow, don't even go there, because look at what has happened to this person. As much as we say your life may not really change, you can pick up, somehow their life stalled a bit, before the final.
Take this
so
call.
That can also be a...
Ebere has been holding for a while. Ebere, thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Morning, you're live.
Yeah, hello. I'm trying to reach you guys.
Welcome.
Okay, I just want to chip into something.
Yes.
This thing happened some time ago when I was married, and my husband and son came in. It's son from another woman, Pilgrim. He came in, and also my husband's sister's daughter came into the house, And this boy is this kind of person that my husband would not want me to scold him and all that. Do you understand?
Right.
When I gave birth to my second child, then my mom was alive. So my mom, I was sleeping at the master's room. My mom was in my room, children's room. And this girl, my husband's sister's daughter, which is my husband's niece, and my husband's son, they were in the other room. I never ever imagined they came for holiday. I never ever imagined, to my widest dream. I just stood up because I was making I wanted my first son to sleep. That was to take CF in the afternoon. That was around 1:30. So my greatest surprise, when I walked into that room, this girl, at that time she was 13, and this boy was 7. They were making love.
Did you say
7 or 17?
Hello?
Did you say 7 or 17?
No, I said the girl is 13 and the boy is 7.
7?
I was shocked to what I saw.
Oh my God.
So what did you do?
Do you understand? I was shocked. I was
So what did you
mad
do, Ebere?
Because they pulled their pants. The girl was on top of the
Okay,
boy.
let's not get too graphic, Ebere.
So
we
what
get
did
the
you
point.
do?
What did you do about it?
I screamed when I saw them.
Okay.
I've never seen such before. I screamed. So I then called to my mother. I could not say anything. My mother said, why didn't I hold them? So what I did, the evidence, because I know that truly when I explain things to my husband would never believe me. So my mom said, okay, I should get the phone and record the phone. I recorded them. They were telling me, the boy said they have been doing it in their former house, in their house. And the girl said she used to do it once in a while. The boy said he has a girlfriend.
Hey.
So
yeah.
Okay, I think Ebere, I'd like us to move away from the gist of the matter to how we solved that problem. So, how was it solved going forward? Did you take them to counseling? Did you get the parents involved? What exactly was done?
I got my husband involved. I called my husband. My husband was like, instead of my husband to scold him, he was like, he's still a kid. I was so mad. I was bitter. So what I did, I said I don't want him in my house because my kids are growing. Children are watching. And there's nothing I say or you will say, definitely it's not from me.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right. Thank you so much, Ebere. Thank you very much, Ebere, for that. Really, I mean, thank you so much, Ebere, because this is the reality that we are facing.
Yes.
As much as everybody wants us to hush about it.
Abstinence is happening.
Don't do it. It is happening. We heard it, 7-year-old to a 13-year-old kid.
Oh my God.
So it's now, how do we begin to have a proper conversation where parents are empowered? Even if you're a guardian is empowered on what to do. I see this thing happen. Because you have to help that child. If you don't help that child, he's going to become a serious something in future. And so, that's more detrimental to the society. So we need to solve the problem somehow.
I think we should stay away from being in denial. You know, parents always want to, no, my son cannot. If they don't catch you red-handed, they find a way to, no, you did not see it exactly, and wave it off, you know. But I think we should move from what next, which is more like finding, there are counselors that can start, you know, helping the children come out of that behavior. It's actually a learned behavior, which if you follow, but most of us do not understand that we can get people to get, because you don't want them to know that your family or your son has done this kind of thing, and you try to hush. So I would say that kind of situation, when you have, and both parents need to be together. Now the father was saying, forget, it doesn't matter. You need to bring him to that table to agree that this has happened, and we should together look for a solution. Get a therapist or something.
If I find a 7 and a 13-year-old person in my children doing that, definitely there will be investigations on who caused that to happen to a 7-year-old. That 7-year-old did not start with that 13-year-old. That 7-year-old may have been abused or something. We need to find the cause of it, and then conversations will start. I know that Nigeria do not have the culture of going to somebody, a therapist who can sit down with a child and do this, but we need to do that. The 13-year-old is just as in the same boat as the 7-year-old.
A victim.
A victim of probably abuse or just parental negligence, you know. So it's important
we have to wrap up on
conversations with these children.
We have to wrap up on this, but I think I'd like to end just to remind us that we obviously don't condone sexual activity amongst young people. That is totally wrong, and no parents wants to see that. But it's important for us to have this conversation so parents know that it's happening and they shouldn't be in denial. Have conversations. People who are saying that they want to distribute condoms to schools, they have a reason for saying that, but also saying, don't let that take away from the conversation, because no matter how much condoms you distribute, if you don't have that conversation and counseling that is quiet for these young people, it won't solve that problem. So that's not to solve the problem. Solving the problem is having a conversation, reminding these children the risks involved in getting involved in this activity, and that's key. And we need to continually have this conversation. It's not a one-off conversation. It's continuous till they are mature.
Everyday conversation.
That's all we can take on the show. Hope you've learned a few things as we have. Have a fabulous day. See you tomorrow. No, we'll see you Monday.
See you Monday.
See you Monday. Bye for now.